The last probably 18 months, we saw an exodus, is that a word? Well, we saw an exit of investors out of the marketplace in Victoria. I guess we've been asked about the state of the market quite recently, how the market's going, has there been any shift since interest rate adjustments? Yes, the answer is there has been quite a bit of activity. It's not even so much in relation to the number of like properties that are coming to market. The number of properties coming to market is probably a little bit less than the usual, if anything. The buyer activity started to pick up, and not only that, the commitment level for the buyers is also starting to pick up quite drastically. Say late last year, early this year, at certain price points, we used to see a lot of buyers come through the door. You know, you might have an average of 3, 4, 5 buyers come through the door, open homes. But what we used to see is a bit of a lag, a bit of a delay in relation to when the buyers are coming through and then when they're placing offers in. Now that doesn't happen. Well, it still happens. It happens a lot less though. You might have 3, 4, 5 buyers come through the door. Now you're actually almost getting offers immediately. They're not really waiting it out for, oh, give me 2 weeks, I'll think about it and I'll get back to you. There's really none of that. Very, very rare that we're seeing that right now, especially at certain price points. We are seeing a lot more buyers coming from other states. Adelaide, Perth, Sydney, Brisbane. Obviously, the Melbourne market is definitely proving to be quite of value at the moment. The last probably 18 months, we saw an exodus, is that a word? Well, we saw an exit of investors out of the marketplace in Victoria, but recently we're starting to see a lot of investors kind of jump back into the marketplace again, and at very fast pace. Obviously, probably because they're starting to get priced out of other marketplaces as well. We're seeing a lot of offers that are starting to come to the table now, sight unseen, which is things that we haven't seen for quite a while. And I don't believe that we're the only ones in our business that are experiencing this. I feel like it's a lot of agencies experiencing this as well. Obviously, that competition level is building up quite a bit, where we did not see that. Like the last 12 months, it was very rare to come across that. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what's going to happen in the next 6 months really, because obviously the government policies around the first home buyer grants around the city of Casey. We are seeing some suburbs are still performing a bit better than others. Those areas, their properties are moving like hotcakes out of an oven if they are priced and presented well. It is crazy. However, does that mean, oh my God, my house is all of a sudden worth 10, 20% more? No, that's not what that means at all. Once you start seeing some buyers get priced out of that marketplace, naturally, they're going to move to the next suburb. Once it happens, it's going to be the next suburb. Once it happens, it's going to be the next suburb. If I had $1, where would I be betting it right now in relation to whether the market's going to stay the same, go up or down? This is not financial advice in any way. However, I would say it's likely going to be on the upwards from everything that we are looking at. How far is it going to be until we reach the peak? Who knows? Nobody. I think if anyone pretends that they know, they are delusional or lying, one or the other. And we see a lot of that too. If you are in the market to sell, how do you get the best price for your house? At the moment, it's actually probably getting a bit easier. If it's presented well, if it's priced well, obviously if it's in a good location. These are numbers of factors that you're going to see that are going to have a direct reflection on the price point. If you have been on the market for a long period of time and you're kind of wondering, well, why has not my house sold? Well, you probably need to revisit these things. Sometimes it could be the agent. Sometimes it could be the marketing campaign that the agent's doing. But is it going to be all the time? It may not be. Sometimes it's actually, hang on, it is the price point. Try and market the property correctly in the first place and not go with a budget agent. Rather than go with a budget agent or go with a cheaper agent and thinking, oh, that's going to be the best option. I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case, especially when you are in a marketplace where you're getting competition. You want to have your property represented by a good agent with a reasonable or good level of experience. Now, does this necessarily come down to, the agent sells X amount of properties? No, I think it's got a lot to do with the sales results themselves. What their marketing reach is like, that's so important. You don't want someone with what I would refer to as a conservative marketing campaign Because what you want more eyeballs on your house. The less eyeballs you've got on it, well, in that case, expect less buyers, not more. So yes, you can absolutely go with a budget agent, but I guess a budget agent's probably going to get you a budget price too. Your property is one of your most important assets. You want to make sure it is represented by somebody that's going to get you a good result. Someone that's going to be able to negotiate the best possible price. And it's not just the price, by the way. It's terms, it's conditions, it's settlement. There's a lot of elements that go into this deal rather than just the price point. But obviously what you want to have is a combination of things. I guess here, that's probably one of the key things that we're focused on is the marketing, obviously making sure to give you, as a homeowner, the best advice possible in relation to how to present it for sale. Because yes, that does have such a big factor. It's very simple. If you want the best buyer, well, the best buyer is going to want the best product or the best house. So we need to make sure that we leave no stone unturned, the house is presented well to try and attract as many buyers as possible. If you're wondering about, well, again, how do I get a good result? There's a lot more to it, of course. So feel free, if you want to give us a call, if you want some advice on how to do that, well, we can definitely provide you with that, no issues. Or if you'd like to actually find out, well, what's my house worth in the current market, in the current climate, as we're seeing a bit of an escalation in the price point, also let us know. We're happy to help there as well. So yeah, that's pretty much a summary of it. Thank you.